What's good, boxing fans? What's happening? It's your boy. Just stopping in real quick, man. About this weekend's boxing matches. Seth Mitchell, Mr. Mayhem himself, versus Chaz Witherspoon, and Chad Dawson versus Bernard Hopkins. Just my post-fight comments. Um, Me personally, I guess I'll start off with the most exciting fight with Seth Mitchell and Chaz Witherspoon. But first, before I get into the fight, I want to talk about our whack ass commentators we have. Now you have Emanuel Steward, and I've always said that he's biased towards fighters that aren't big name fighters, people that aren't already superstars. So he has a tendency to say that, people aren't this, they aren't that, they're not fighting this way, they should be fighting this way, they shouldn't do this, they should do that. When all in all, the majority of the fighters as of late that Emmanuel Stewart has been training, his whole attack only mentality is punch, punch, punch offense type of stuff, which I guess that's why he's so in love with Pacquiao because he's just a punch, punch, punch type of guy. He's a slugger. So he feels that everyone should do the same thing. And like when Seth Mitchell first started fighting, the first little couple of seconds of the first round, and no, as a matter of fact, when he first got dazed, I'm listening to Emmanuel Stewart, and he's been pissing me off for the last I don't know how long, how many years, because I watch how biased he is, like I said. And he sat there and he talked about how the guy was too young and inexperienced and he can't box and he doesn't picture him doing too well and he doesn't have the know it all to do this. And I'm just listening to him. He just downing the man throughout the whole thing, the whole round. Even when the second round came up, he was like, well, he's not going to have the skill set to, or nor the mindset to make it through. I think he's still wobbly and dazed and this, that, and the third. And once the fight turned around and Seth wound up knocking Chaz out, Emmanuel Stewart all of a sudden was that's the kind of heavyweight we need. We need a guy like that in the heavyweight division, and oh he's so powerful. I like the way he turned his punches and da 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 da. He was turning his punches long before he even fought with Chaz. So what in the hell are you just looking at this guy? Or do you even pay attention to people that are boxing? Or are you just so caught up in your days of names that you pay no attention to up and coming fighters? He been turning his punches. So come on, man. They need to get rid of Emmanuel Stewart, just like they need to get rid of Larry Merchant. People are just going off Emmanuel Stewart's name and they're giving him the credibility of things that he used to do as a trainer. But right now, he's just a blind old ass man. Can't see licks coming. And if you don't have a big name, he's going to automatically say that you're going to lose against the big name. So it'll make it look as if he's good at making predictions in boxing. He's no longer great at making predictions in boxing. End of story about him. And same way with Kellerman, Max Kellerman. He's been slipping a lot lately. Kellerman get in there, and this I'm not gonna even dwell on him real long because he's starting to get on my nerves too. He used to be the most unbiased commentator that HBO had, or Showtime, or any other little place that you saw him at. But he gets on there, asking the man, "Why are you crying? Why are you emotional?" Come on, man. The man has achieved something great that your pussy ass ain't never done. Nothing. It's easy to sit there and critique something that your ass can't do. He asking the man why he crying. The man is excited. The man's accomplished something in life. He come from nothing to something. And then you turn around and you discredit what the man got going on. You didn't even know that the man wasn't knocked down in the first round. You sitting right beside the ring and you're talking about, oh, explain to us about the knockdown when you got knocked down. When did you see the motherfucker fall? You didn't. Me personally, I think Max was just afraid of Seth, and so he was getting tongue tied. He didn't fucking know what to say. Then he turned around when Seth asked him about the belt. This was the kicker right here. Seth asked him, "Hey man, how does this belt look on me?" After you done got on the man case about crying and all this other shit, and then you say, "Oh, it's not the top three. Talk to me when you get one of the top three belts." I thought that was just so rude. Man, Seth should have stole on his bitch ass. You should give the man his accolades. Give the man his just due. Fuck them three motherfucking belts. This man just won a belt. You give other people credit when they win them alphabet ass belts. You gave Pacquiao credit when he won them little old alphabet ass belts. Get this man his just dues, man. Come on with that biased bullshit. And then on top of that, um, what's the motherfucker name? I can't. Jim Lampley. He, this dude here. I used to like Jim Lampley, but I just think it gets to a point when the commentators or whatever, not just don't just keep them there because of their names. When the commentators can no longer see the action when they're calling fucking blows bullshit, come on, man. You can't keep talking about the same unnecessary bullshit, same different fighters, all during the action of another fight. You're not even really commentating on the fight. You're not saying what's going on the fight. When you're commentating, you're supposed to be able to paint a picture for people that are listening. They should be able to see everything blow by blow. But you don't say shit unless somebody does something that you're excited about. You're there to call the damn fight. You're there to let everyone know what's going on. Blow by blow commentating. Not sitting there talking about home and garden, goddamn it, and fucking the Home Depot and all this bullshit. Man, come on, dude. Call the fucking fight like you see it. And he's another biased motherfucker. And I used to have mad props for him, but he's getting to be like everybody else. And I'm proud of Seth, and I think he did a good job. He needs to work on his head movement more. Even though he's a big dude and he know he can take licks, you still got to have some type of defense about yourself. Got to have defense. I love the fact that he got that killer instinct too, and the dude can punch. So I'm hoping good things for the guy. Hoping good things for him. Right now, he don't want to see a Klitschko. Even though I like Seth, he doesn't need to see either Klitschko. I think he could possibly knock out Vladimir. But Vitaly Klitschko, nobody needs to see the doctor. And Chad Dawson and Bernard Hopkins. I like the respect that they gave one another towards the post-fight press conference. I was always saying that Bernard needs to learn how to start quicker, but I know he's pacing himself because he's fighting younger guys and he doesn't want to gas out. But the same way when he fought Taylor, had he just started a tad bit sooner, he would have won. I think he won the first fight, and the second fight he just didn't get off to a good start quick enough, and then it just went from there. So that's how I feel about that. I just feel like he should just start off a lot sooner because he had the mental game down. He had he had Chad Dawson frustrated a little bit, but I got to give Chad his props. He held his cool. He didn't flip out, and he won. I mean, granted, Hopkins think he won the fight, but he didn't. And whatever judge scored the thing 114, they need to fire his ass too. These judges nowadays with these fucked up decisions is just hot garbage. Absolutely pathetic, man. They need to go to some kind of judge school or something. I don't know what the fuck they got going on. So I'm proud of him for winning this thing. I like the fact that he won. Me personally, I thought Bernard Hopkins was going to piss him off and get him frustrated and dance around him and squeak out a decision, to be brutally honest with you. But I've been liking Chad. I've been liking him. I just feel like he needs the killer instinct like Seth has. Because Chad is young enough, powerful enough, strong enough, and a good enough boxer to really just run through some of any motherfucker. So I feel like he needs to get a tad bit more aggressive, let his hands go a lot more, and stop fighting up to the level of his opposition and go ahead and fight to his full potential. End of story on that. Then, in closing, Paulie Malignaggi. It's amazing how the U.S. didn't even want to show the little guy's fight, right? I mean, granted, he's a feather-fisted motherfucker, but I like his mouthpiece. He likes to talk cash shit. The dude tweeting during his fights and shit, I thought that shit was pretty fly. But the U.S. didn't even want to show the guy fight. He going across seas representing the U.S. and you won't even show the man fight on any channel? That's bullshit. And then turn around, once he won the title, now he went over there and handled his business, put his boxing game down. I was proud of him. Then he get back over here, and now all of a sudden, Richard Schaefer, Golden Boy, and all them, now they're like, oh, well, we got this plan for him. We're gonna do this for him. We're gonna do this. Come on, dude. Y'all wouldn't even over there to watch the man fight. So I thought that was absolute garbage too, man. So now they wanted to put him up against some bruisers in the 147-pound division. Man just got his belt and y'all already trying to put him out there because they know they're going to make a little couple of dollars off of him. Me personally, I think he need to take him a little rest, get him a soft touch, then work his way into the 147-pound division. He don't need to just jump out there with no real goon and get his back split. So But proud of the dude. Paulie did his thing. He did his thing. And back to the, I guess I may as well touch on the rest of the fights that's coming up, huh? Okay. The what's the dude name? Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley fight. It's amazing to me how everybody can get mad at Ariza for going to see about Chavez Jr. and helping him out with his nutrition because we all know Chavez Jr. got a fucking weight problem. He coming in at 180, 190 for fights, and he has a fight coming up also. Okay, so what's the difference with Ariza going to help out another fighter than with motherfucking me Freddie Roach going to help out another fighter, leaving camp to help out another fighter? There's no fucking difference. It's no fucking difference. And it's not like Pacquiao's fighting tomorrow. Pacquiao gave Ariza his blessing, his permission to go ahead and go over and help out with Chavez Jr. But then, in case the media is not saying it, but just because when it was time for Roach to go to the gym, his driver did not come to get him. His driver was taking Ariza to the airport. And see, people fail to leave that little shit out, but little shit matters. And Mr. Freddie Roach, who's now thinking I'm a star, big-headed ass motherfucker, he gets pissed off at Ariza, and he's like, okay, well, fuck that. I got to take a cab to the gym? I'm Freddie fucking Roach. You going to take my driver and have my driver take your ass to the airport, and now I got to get in a damn taxi cab? Fuck that, I'm finna get you gone. And that's exactly what Freddie Roach is really pissed off at, because he can't say shit about nobody helping another fighter, because he's fucking neglecting all his fighters for Pacquiao, but he will turn around and dip out and help other fighters when they got a match going on. So he'll stop training one motherfucker and go to another motherfucker. So what's wrong with a nutritionist doing the same goddamn thing? Other people need their motherfucking help, right? And it's not like the man fighting tomorrow. And it's not like, on top of that, that he gonna perform any better than he been fucking performing his last couple of fights. The motherfucker is already on the decline anyway. Oh, he's talking about his calf muscles and all this bullshit. Come on, man. What the fuck? We all know the issue. At least I do anyway. So you take that into consideration, and you look at how the camp is going in disarray. And I think Bradley really stands a good chance against Pacquiao, because Pacquiao is not the adapting type of fighter. He does what he's doing. If he gets hit, he's still doing what he was doing when he got hit. And people just have a tendency to say, oh, he's using effective aggressiveness because he's coming forward. Coming forward, getting hit, counterpunched, and things of that nature. It's not effective aggression. Reckless aggression. That's what it is. I give Bradley a really good chance of beating Manny Pacquiao for the simple fact that Bradley is rough, he's rugged, and if Pacquiao gets in close and clucks him a time or two, Bradley has no problem going in for the kill, headbutt wise, sling him on the floor wise. He don't give a fuck. He gonna try to make something happen. Look for Pacquiao to possibly get cut, possibly knocked down, possibly stunned, or anything of that nature. Look for it. However, Bradley doesn't have the best defense in the world. His defense is better than Pacquiao's defense, but it's not the best defense in the world. So don't be surprised if he get his dumb ass clucked and get knocked out. I watched the Cotto fight again with Shane Mosley, and Shane was saying that he had never been hit that hard in his life when Pacquiao hit him. Never been hit that hard in his life. Go back and watch the Cotto and Shane Mosley fight, and you tell me if Cotto wasn't hitting him harder than Pacquiao. Pacquiao barely grazed him, and he laid on the floor like he had been hit with a ton of bricks. But Cotto hit him with some hellacious shots, damn near knocked his head off. And this motherfucker, I'm talking about all through the fight. And he's talking about that's the hardest he ever been hit, was when he barely got grazed by a straight left hand. Something up with that shit. That's I don't know. That was crazy to me. Look at the licks he took then. But nonetheless, if Shane Mosley get in there and run around like that with Canelo Alverez, I'm gonna be so pissed off at him. I'm not gonna watch shit else of his. I need him to step up and really get down for his crown. I would love to see him uproot this young dude. I think it would be good because everybody's writing Shane off. But Shane doesn't really box anymore. Like I say, and like a lot of other boxing fans say, he's a brawler masquerading as a boxer. So if he get in there with that little weak pity pat, find a jab, and only looking for right hands, he's gonna get whooped. That's just a realization I've come to. Instead of me trying to take up for him, just keep it 100. If he gets in there and boxes and stands his ground, he stands a very good chance of beating Canelo because Canelo wins, but gets winded, as does Shane Mosley. So it's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm gonna call it a toss up, depending on which Shane Mosley shows up, and it just is what it is. So let's see what happens. All right, one.